All right, welcome back to my opinion. This is just a quick video while I'm headed home that I just thought of a few minutes ago after doing my other video. And that's videos I've been seeing here lately about the SIG P320 and the problems that's coming up here fairly recent. I think it's the Milwaukee Police Department and some other major lawsuits against SIG because of the drop issue with the SIG P320. Well, I've heard people saying, including some pretty big YouTubers, gun tubers, saying things like, well, just don't drop your gun. Don't be stupid and don't drop your gun. That is dumbass advice. Of course, we don't want to drop our gun, but you're probably going to drop your gun at least once or twice in your lifetime of carrying guns. The only way you're not going to ever drop a pistol, especially, well, a pistol, is if you don't ever carry it. You don't ever handle it. You don't ever touch it. You put it in your safe and you forget completely about it. And then you never touch another pistol again. That's possible. But if you carry a pistol, especially if you carry one regularly, especially day in and day out, sooner or later you're going to drop it. You're going to be going to a restroom and clank. You're going to drop it out of the holster. You're going to have to take it out of the holster. It's going to fall with your pants because your gun weighs your pants down and hits the floor. You're going to be unloading it to put it up at night when you're home. You drop it when it wasn't totally unloaded, or when you're loading it. You are going to drop your firearm. How do I know that for sure? If you carry a gun long enough, it's just like anything else. It's cumbersome, it's bulky, it's a little heavy, it's awkward. You are going to drop it. Have you ever dropped a plate of food? Have you ever dropped your cell phone? $1,000 cell phone? Have you ever dropped a child? You know, if you have kids and you ever picked them up from a daycare, you probably dropped them. You know, I dropped my daughter one time on one of those swing sets at a daycare. You press the button and it just flipped her right out. I was like, what the hell? Didn't hurt her. She was fine. She cried, of course. Scared her and me, but she was fine. But you're going to drop things. You're going to drop precious things. You're going to drop expensive things. We drop things. We're people. We drop things. Now, the odds of the gun going off are very slim. They don't seem to just go off just dropping it like in the movies. But it can. Whereas like a Glock, for example, another striker-fired pistol, won't do that because it has a trigger on the trigger. The SIG P320 does not. And it's the inertia of the drop, the gun hitting the floor or whatever, and dropping. If you don't believe me, look up some videos. One of the very same YouTubers that said don't ever drop your gun showed where you hit the back of the P320 with I think it was a mallet, and it went off twice. He did it to 2 or 3 other guns, and it didn't do it. The SIG P320 is not the only gun that can go off on its own. The Taurus 24/7 is known to do that. It's discontinued now. The Remington 700, and of course, you know, we've all heard of the old single shot, or not single shot, but the single action revolvers, the old models and stuff. They can do that if you have one in one of the cylinders, in the cylinder, under the hammer. So to tell people just don't drop your gun is irresponsible. We're all going to make errors. We're all going to drop things. And if you've ever dropped $1,000 iPhone or your laptop or your PlayStation hand controller, you will drop your gun as well, even if it's just from 2 feet while you're, sitting on the toilet, getting ready to suit up or whatever, pull your pants up. It will happen. So just keep that in mind. Look up the videos. There's a few out there where people have shown that they will go off, and there's too many lawsuits. I used to own a SIG P320, and when that started happening, I got rid of it a long time ago. I suggest you do the same, but you keep it if you want. Oh, and by the way, now I think the 365 is starting to, some revelations are starting to come out with that gun as well. So SIG has really, SIG Sauer has really dropped. I've owned several, and I've only been impressed with one of them. But anyway, like, share, and subscribe. Agree and disagree. Just put it in the comments. I don't care. If you disagree, tell me that it's not a thing, that it's just totally made up, or whatever you believe. But if you do that, I'm going to tell you, look up the video. It's not made up. Like, share, and subscribe. Stay safe and be safe. And don't carry a SIG P320.